We've already mentioned in a previous video that the business listing pages are actually just WordPress posts that are created automatically. Now, the news section of the site are also WordPress posts, but we had to create a blog template to separate them from the business listing posts, and we did that by just creating a template file and putting it inside the main Canvas theme folder. This is the actual blog template page, and you'll see that it references category 95 here. Now what that relates to is the post category. So as well as your different categories of business areas, the actual news category is in here as well, and the category is ID number 95. So that's where that number comes from. It's very important that if you want a blog on your directory, if you want a news blog, that you need to leave that news category that we've set up. If you delete this and then require a news blog at a later date, you'll need to edit the blog template file, which I just showed you, to reflect the new ID number of your news category. So probably best to just leave this as it is, and then when you're making a news post, just make sure you choose the news category as opposed to any other category you set up. So the news posts you'll see here are in the news category, and if we just have a quick look at one of these a moment, you'll see that the category is ticked as news. Now if for some reason you should accidentally or deliberately delete the news category and you find that you want to have a blog on the site, you'll need to set up a new category and find its category ID. You can do that just by hovering over it, and in the bottom left hand corner of your screen you'll see a URL with the ID equals and then a number. If you make a note of that number, and then you'll have to go into Appearance Editor, change to the Canvas theme, not the Canvas child theme, and select. Scroll to the bottom and you need to look for a file called Custom Blog Page Template. When you load it, it's called template-blog-1.php. If you click on that, the page will load, and here is where the category ID is. Now you need to change the 95 to whatever your category number is, and you'll only need to do that if you delete the news category. If you leave it as is, it should work just fine. If you don't add an image to a blog post, the system will add an awaiting image to the post automatically. The reason it does this is when a business enters a new listing and submits it, if they forget to add an image to their listing, it will put the awaiting image on their listing for them. So it will do exactly the same thing with a blog post. Now if you don't want that to appear, you'll need to go to Custom Fields from your post, which is underneath your post editor. If you can't see it, make sure it's enabled in the screen options by putting a tick in that box, and custom fields will then appear.
I'm with
Now select image in the name box and type none into the value. Then click add custom field. A couple of other things we should mention while we're on the subject of the blog posts. First is that you must remove the tick that is in enable WordPress customer reviews for this page. Otherwise you'll get the customer review box underneath your blog post, and you wouldn't want that. It's for the business listings, not the news posts. So make sure the tick is out of there. And the second thing is make sure you check the news category. If you don't, and you put it in another category, or you don't put it in any category at all, it will automatically go to uncategorized, and that will mean that your post goes into your directory, which is where it shouldn't be. With those things done, you can write your blog as normal and then publish it. And just to recap, so you're fully aware, the blog uses a custom template called template-blog-1.php for news posts. When writing blog posts, you must choose the news category before publishing, or else the post will end up in your directory listings. The news category, ID 95, is excluded from the home page, and if you delete the news category and then decide you want to use the blog again, you'll need to set up a new category for it, make a note of the category ID, and then edit the template-blog-1.php file with the category ID. Regarding the blog post themselves, if you do not add an image, featured image, to the blog post, the system will add an awaiting image to the post. If you don't want this to appear, you need to go to custom fields underneath the post editor, and remember, if you can't see it, make sure it's enabled in the screen options drop down window. You can then select image in the customer field name and type none into the value. Then click on add custom field. So the awaiting image picture is added automatically to listings where the user does not bother to add a main image. Remember also to deselect the tick in enable WordPress customer reviews for this page, and make sure you tick the news category before publishing the post. That concludes the blog posting tutorial.